Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. This is going to be your StockWatch list, trading watch list for the 17th of April, Wednesday. It looks like a narrow range on the SPY again today. Volume still below our 20 SMA on our volume, about 52 million shares there for volume. So you would think that the market was, just a quiet day, holding the 5 EMA, not much action in the markets. As you can see, we gapped up this morning and kind of just faded off here. All day, we got a little bit of selling at around what time was this? At 3:35 p.m. A little bit of a sell program came in. They pushed us back down to about the 5 EMA again and bounced us right back off into the close and holding our own here in the SPY. This is your pre-post market chart, 5-minute chart of the SPY. As you can see on the daily chart, we're holding above all the fast moving averages and a tight range on the SPY. But a lot of action in the markets today. If anybody tells you this was a dull market, they're not trading the right stuff. TUFN. I mean, it's just crazy with the IPOs out here right now. TUFN, an IPO. JMIA, another IPO. We traded this thing coming up over $35 at one point. We got a dollar here. Some folks got another dollar in JMI here over 38 and a quarter. The thing kept moving up to $46, $48. JMIA. Tiger has been going crazy. Another recent IPO. This is a China brokerage. So this thing nonstop. Look at this daily chart on Tiger, just continuing up. So risk is on out here. QFIN, another recent IPO, went from $17 all the way up to $23. No, I did not catch this one today. I was trading the JMIA for a couple of dollar gainer here, there on that one. We also traded SESN today. Spoke about this one on the video, so it should have been on your radar. It was on our radar. Took out that 125 area on SESN. We called it in the service. This thing went all the way up to $1.50. Now, not as big a move as those IPOs that I just mentioned, but still a nice move. SAEX gave us an afternoon trade coming up over 403, 405. This popped up to $4.20, so we caught it right in here for a nice push up. It's an oil play. That one, Citigroup, the banks reversed back up today. Nice strong close in Citigroup today. Citigroup, we caught this one right at $68.75 on Citigroup, and this pushed all the way up into the close here, got up to about $69.40. So another trade that we did in the service there. Apple was nice to us today. Before the Qualcomm news came out, we were watching Apple on the break of 200. You could see here how important 200 was. We came up to it here, we pulled back. We came up to almost 200 here, we pulled back. We came up to 200 in the pre-market. We kind of faded off. Then we were watching Apple over $200. We caught this right here, and the thing moved up over $1 and change on Apple. We caught that. We got a trade in Netflix. So we caught Netflix right here for a couple of bucks out of Netflix. Totally missed this one right here on the break of 356, and then this thing just kept going for the rest of the day. I missed this because I was trading JMIA, but this one, what a move in Netflix. After the first trigger here, the second time, this thing just kept running. In after hours, by the way, Netflix came out with earnings. They were bopping it all over the place from 325. They pushed it all the way up to 375, and then here it is right around 355 in the after hours on Netflix. We'll get more into that, the earnings in a moment. So we had, Apple, JMIA for trades. So a lot of good trading out here today. And in the big names, some small names, we got some afternoon trades. So overall, a very nice day, even though the SPY was in that very tight range today. But, can't let that stop you. You got to keep hunting out here, and there were things to find. So let's go ahead and look at the heat map, courtesy of FinViz here. So a lot of the Healthcare sector was getting hit. Look at UNH. They had earnings today. The stock down 4%. They're worried about that the U.S. is going to lose its, Bernie Sanders out there saying Medicare for all, free healthcare for all, that the healthcare system is going to be topsy-turvy. But anyway, Wall Street's buying it right now. So CVS down, UNH down, PFE moving down almost 3%, Merck dropping 1%, ABV down. J&J stayed up today. They had earnings today. They moved that one up 1% on J&J. Some of the oils got a little bit of buying. Oil holding up okay. Oxy bouncing back. Microsoft down fractionally for the day. The REITs were moving down today. So as the TLT moves down, bond yields move up. So the XLU, which is the utilities, and the IYR, the REITs, they were moving down. So as the TLT moves down, bond yields move up. As bond yield moves up, you don't need to be in utilities, so those get sold off. That was what was going on today. So that's kind of your uh, heat map from Finviz. Disney, a little bit of profit taking in Disney today. This will be on my watch list later in the video for a bounce play in Disney. Going to be watching that one always now. Calendar, don't forget, Friday, the markets are closed, so we're stuffing all this economic information in a 4-day work week this week. Markets are closed for Good Friday. Retail sales will be coming out Thursday. Tomorrow we have the oil numbers coming out. After the bell tonight, we got the API crude data that came out. We'll get more into that in a moment. As far as some of your earnings, you had IBM, CSX, United, Netflix all out after the bell. Morgan Stanley comes out tomorrow. Team, Altasian comes out tomorrow. TEAM symbol there in the software space, so that'll be closely watched. Wednesday after the bell. Thursday you have ISRG, Skechers, Schlumberger, American Express, Honeywell on Thursday before the bell. So a lot of earnings still to come for the week ahead. As far as some unusual call activity, courtesy of the trade exchange, XLF, right, was some call activity. Flex, Qualcomm. Let me show you the move in Qualcomm today. Looks like they're settling with Apple. A big push up in Qualcomm today. Facebook call activity there. The VIX, Box, BOX, some call activity. To the put side, CTSH, Lyft, put activity. TUR, also unusual put activity. As far as Bitcoin, this is holding above 5,000. This is from TradingView charts. Bitcoin holding above that 5,000 area. So today in the markets, you had the Nasdaq up 24 points, the Dow Jones 30 up 68, S&P basically up 2 on the S&P 500. Let's go ahead and look at our percent changes with Qualcomm in the SMH. SMH was up 2.44% for the day on the SMH. New all-time highs here, I believe, on the SMH. Let's check it out. Let's see. We had SMH up here at 114.55. Yep, and we cleared those highs. So SMH new all-time highs with that big move in Qualcomm today. I'll go ahead and show you that right now. Here's Qualcomm after that Apple news settlement. They're settling, and so Qualcomm went from about 56 bucks all the way up to over $70 a share in QCOM, and holding going even higher in the after hours here, back up to $74 on Qualcomm. So that was moving the semis big time today. The OIH was up 2% for the day. The regional banks were up almost 2% on the day. So a lot of nice 1% gainers. Oil was up 1% for the day. TAN was getting some buying. That's the solar ETF. To the downside, gold taking a hit today, down over 6%. The REITs, like I said, were down 2% for the day. IBB down today, down 1%. If we go ahead and look at some of the sector performance, the XLV, the healthcare sector, down 2%. The XHE, the healthcare equipment sector, down 1.5%. Utilities were down To the plus side, we had the banks up almost 1.5%, the XLF for today. The XOP was up slightly, about 0.5% for the day, and the airlines were getting a little bit of buying for the day. Let's get and look at some of the news that came out during the day from the Trade Exchange. The Trade Exchange is the website. So BSX took a hit today. BSX, the FDA coming out on circulation of an FDA report. This stock was moving down hard today. Citron came out negative on VFF Citron. So that stock was dropping. It's a cannabis name, VFF. So that one taking a hit. Citron says this one's going to $1 on that name. Tiger, like I said, was moving up strong throughout the day. TIGR recent IPO. Boeing popped today. BA moving up into the close today on Boeing. The FAA coming out on Boeing. Talk of initial review by the FAA on software fix. So Boeing got a pop out of that. BPTH had some news, but it's quickly sold off. Circulation solid tumor cancer cure was a blog on BPTH today. So they popped it up here. Then it kind of just trailed off a little bit. I guess buyers were showing up into the close on BPTH. Here's your news on Qualcomm and Apple settle royalty dispute. That coming from CNBC. Qualcomm, let's see, now they are going off at, oh, these were the options on Qualcomm. So a big move up in the options on Qualcomm. And let's see, Qualcomm and Apple agree to drop all litigation. So that was really moving Qualcomm up today, as we mentioned. We traded SAEX today in my service at Zozo StockWatch. And we use Trade Exchange in my service. They're the audio news and the visual news in my service. So really great stuff there. Timely news throughout the day. Make sure you check it out. After the bell, here's your news after the bell. So Netflix earnings per share and revenue beat NFLX. So this thing very volatile, but coming right back to where it was, basically around that 356 number. We had CSX come out with earnings after the bell. They're moving that one up. That's a railroad. Earnings per share beat by 11 cents, but missed on revenue there. Netflix did lower second quarter revenue and streaming paid net change. So a little bit of negative news there from Netflix. I think subscribers were a little bit light also. IBM earnings per share beat by 4 cents. Revenue miss on IBM. So that stock selling off in the after hours on IBM. Let's see if we had UAL also came out with earnings after the bell. UAL, United Airlines. Let's see. Earnings per share beat, revenue miss. Earnings per share beat by 19 cents for UAL. So their earnings coming out. Let's see. Sprint and TMUS. So Sprint was down hard in the after hours here. Talk that the DOJ indicating the deal unlikely to be approved as structured. So Sprint was moving down hard here. In the after hours on that news. We did get crude oil, the API numbers come out. It was a drawdown of 3 million barrels. So let's look at USO, which is the ETF for light sweet crude oil. And oil was up. USO up in the after hours on that drawdown on the API numbers. Don't forget you have the EIA petroleum numbers coming out tomorrow at 10:30. And that's pretty much it. That was your news. Oh, by the way, this YRIV is getting hit in the after hours. YRIV, this stock selling off. Let's see. Looks like enters into a sales agreement with AGP to offer and sell up to 100 million worth of shares from time to time. So that YRIV is getting hit in the after hours on that news, courtesy of the Trade Exchange. By the way, if you're new to my channel, I'm Mike. I'm the founder of zozostockwatch.com. This is my Twitter feed, so you can follow some of the things that I post out there on my public Twitter feed, and then we have a private Twitter feed for the room. We do day trading and swing trading at the service. You can find more information on my service at zozostockwatch.com. All right, let's go ahead and get into the watch list for tomorrow. Some ideas for you, and also some ideas I'll be watching tomorrow. So watching, this is kind of a bull flag here on CVM. Watching this one, if it can retake $6, maybe 605. CVM had a big strong move up to 750. Not much, this pullback to about the 10 SMA, holding above $5. Keep an eye on that one on that bull flag there. Some other names I'll be watching flagging here is Caterpillar. All right, let's check in after hours. Yeah, it's hanging around this 142 spot. We had a high back here of 142.55. Maybe if we can clear over this recent high of 142, we'll call it, it's not too far from that high before, 142.43. So 142.50 for Caterpillar. Keep an eye on that one. I'm going to be watching some of the cannabis names to see if they want to reverse a little bit here. We got ACB getting a little bit of buying coming in on ACB. I always watch during the day CGC. This will be on watch to see if they want to turn this one back up. I'll be watching for intraday reversal on that one. Cronus Group also has been beaten down, CRON. So that one taking a hit. And when Citron came out with that negative report on VFF, basically a big push down here to 10. If this thing comes back down to this $10 area, I'll be watching it for another, possible reversal back up on VFF. So I'll be watching the action in that cannabis name. Disney, pulling back a little bit today, still holding above that earnings pop here and that news pop here on Disney. So I'll be watching that for possible intraday trades on that name. Let's see. First Solar is flagging here. FSLR, solars we're getting some buying with oil moving up, has around 61.50 in the way, so First Solar will be on watch for tomorrow. Some of these small little oil names, PED, not a lot of volume in this thing, kind of just basing here under $3. Volume almost nothing though, 27,000 shares, but volume can come in, so I'll be watching that one. GBR doesn't look too pretty on the chart here. GBR, but if these little oil stocks get moving, SAEX is the one that we traded in the service today. Got a nice pop. The daily holding above the 50 SMA here, about 500,000 shares today on SAEX. So I'll be watching that one again. QD. A possible intraday play here on this name. You see that it's been stopped at $6 a couple of times here on QD. Credit Services, I believe, yeah, this is a China name on QD. So watching it over that $6 area for that one. A Riot will be on watch. Look at this flagging pattern here. Maybe over like 510 or so for Riot. Keep an eye on that one. And also keep an eye on Mara. This one popped all the way up to 4 a few days back, now holding up above the 200 SMA. High today on Mara was 328, so maybe if they can get it over $3.28, 330 area for Mara, that one might want to make a move. An oil play here, MDR, it's about a $10 stock. Nice expanding volume, over 10 million shares in MDR. We'll see how this one sets up intraday tomorrow. We'll have it on watch. What's another one? SESN. We'll see if there's any more continuation in this one. We traded it in the service today. It popped up, kind of stalled at that $1.50 area. So I'll still keep that one on watch for tomorrow. TUFN moving up in the after hours. It closed around 21.25. It came up. It popped all the way up to 23 in the after hours. So this IPO will be on watch tomorrow. Zaya. ZIOP looks interesting here, basing below 450. There was a recent high on ZIOP at 461. So maybe if this thing can clear 450, 1.4 million shares in that name. Let me see if I have anything else. That's quite a few. AMRS doesn't look too bad. Turning back up here, has that $4 area, 5.5 million shares on AMRS. So that'll be on watch. Another solar name, Run. Turning back up here, getting back above $16, was as high as 17. Now, we did a swing trade in this one a few weeks back. We got the pop up to 17. So I'll be watching this one, maybe another entry on Run, RUN. SGMS had news with Win today. They're going to be involved in the casinos and the betting. So keep an eye on this one. They gapped it up, pushed it up this morning. Let's see, we got as high as 22.57. Looks like it got up to 23 actually. So I'll have it on watch. Volume 2.3 million shares. All the casino names have been making nice runs. Win, LVS, all have been moving up nicely. So maybe this SGMS wants to make a move up. STNE was strong. This is the one I believe Warren Buffett is involved with. They popped this all the way up to $45 a share. It is holding up above $35. We have the 10 SMA in the way. It's trying to reclaim the 5 EMA. 5 EMA is at 36.24. The 10 SMA is at 36.71. So if they can get it back over that 10 SMA around 36.75, looks interesting here on STNE. All right, this is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. If you'd like to check out my service, for new subscribers to my service, you can get your first month for $30 for 30 days. We realize that not everybody has time to be a day trader, so we also have a swing trade service. It's $20 for your first month. Come and check out the service. And then for 6 months for a swing trade service, we charge $99. So come check that out. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. Have a good day trading tomorrow, and we'll be back at it with another video tomorrow for Thursday.